Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel today. I'm going to be recapping influencer boxing news for the week. Let's get into it. Professional boxer Musin Kassan will be fighting in London in November. Could we see him feature on the Misfits 11 card? Nams Taylor's official statement on KSI's appeal. Logan Paul is set to make his return to the WWE against Rey Mysterio on November 4th at Crown Jewel 2023. Misfits Prime card currently has 5 fighters appealing PBA decisions: Alexia Grace, Chase Demore, Alex Wasabi, Dylan Donies, and KSI. That's 45% of the total fights appealed. Logan Paul gives his thoughts on the Dylan Donies appeal. Anthony Taylor has fight news coming soon. KSI on his fight with Tommy Fury. In the latest Sidemen Sunday video, I feel like I did what I wanted to do at the end of the day. I was this kid who was a YouTuber, who had no right being in the ring with Tommy Fury, and I showed the world that if you believe in yourself and work hard, you can litter. Adam Brooks has big fight news coming soon. Small Spartan J answers when his next fight is Deji Dis and called B Dave a wasteman.
I just don't care. Like all the people, Nick Lamo, and he's a lovely guy though. Nick is actually okay. He's actually sick. I like Nick. Yeah. Alex Wasabi just don't care.
B Dave,
waste man. Honestly,
not don't care. Waste man.
He's
annoying, or you don't? You've met him and you look like
no. I've met him. He's a nice guy.
Okay. But he's a waste man.
Why is he boxing? Did you see his last fight? On
money, man.
the 4-man tag, whatever it was. He comes in, does 2 punches, tags out.
Yeah.
He comes in, 2 punches,
that's
tags
their
out.
tag team. That is their.
I feel like he just kind of takes the piss a little bit with the whole. He doesn't really train or whatever. I know he doesn't really train like that.
Well, I think it's because he didn't win the 4-man thing, but he didn't lose, right?
B Dave called out Deji. Idris Virgo wants to fight the best person from MMA in boxing. Nams Taylor reveals some stats from the Prime card and says a world tour prep is in progress. Most Valuable Promotions have reiterated that Jake Paul has accepted the offer to fight Nate Diaz on PFL. Jarvis vs. B Dave is the main event for Misfits 11. Julie Polka vs. Elena Vampira is co-main for Misfits 11. And it's also for the women's cruiserweight belt. The Misfits Prime card 2 is currently in the works for next year. Jake Paul knocks Logan Paul over Dylan Donies fight.
Has anyone ever gone into a fight with a black eye before the fight? How fucked up is that? How weird is that? Is this from sparring you?
No, bro.
Nope.
Same incident.
Same thing.
That's where the microphone
Look
fucked
right
me up.
here.
Microphone 1, Logan 0. I got caught lacking, Jake. I really did.
You did.
I really did.
Okay.
Underhand toss and hands down afterwards.
I was very confused by that. It's crazy to go into a fight with a giant cut on the side of your face, though, and a black eye. That's some shit. Definitely a little.
Idris Virgo has fight news coming soon. Daniela Hemsley is hinting at a fight announcement coming soon. Misfits Boxing plan to add MMA fights to their events. Age McKee has signed with Happy Punch, becoming their first MMA fighter. Here are the rumored fighters who might be fighting in Misfits Boxing Pro Tournament: Age McKee, Michael Venom Page, Samuel Erickson, Mike Perry, Idris Virgo, Darren Till. B Dave states that his boxing match with Jarvis will be a title fight.
Man, I'm back in camp, you know what I'm saying? Getting ready for Jarvis, getting ready to fuck him up next.
Hell yeah. For the title now?
Yeah. What kind of fucked up world do we live in? So let's say I beat Jarvis and get the 155 belt, and then I rematch them 2 boys for the tag team title belt, and then I'm the first Misfits double champion. And B Dave is the first Misfits double champion. I got 2 belts on me. The world would be like, what the fuck?
B Dave gives his thoughts on fighting Jarvis.
Challenge ahead of you. How do you feel about Jarvis as an opponent? Do you think he's any good?
Yeah, Jarvis is good. He's been doing it longer than me. He's probably a little more technically inclined than me. But yeah, I think I'm gonna get him, honestly. Shit, everyone thought that the last 2 boys we fought were gonna just walk through me, and that wasn't the case, so.
You think you're gonna knock him out?
Yeah, I don't know.
I
don't know. I think that I'm gonna hurt him for Could go all the rounds, could not go all the rounds. I know I'm gonna hurt him and try to capitalize on it when I do hurt him, but I guess we'll see how it goes.
Jarvis vs. B. Dave will be a 5-round boxing match. Julie Polka's recent post on her boxing match against Elena Vampire. B. Dave speaks on his beef with Deji.
Also on your Twitter, I couldn't help but notice yesterday you kind of had a couple stabs at Deji. What's going on there between you and Dej?
The fucking fat ope is talking shit to me, bud. Talking, oh my god, Deji's the last person to talk about some shit like that. Like, he was just the worst influencer boxer for many, many moons, many years, until he finally got good. And like, he's so selective with his fights. Obviously, we all know like the bullshit that Deji goes through. Like, oh, everyone sounds like a good fight with him, but he'll never take them. Like, he's too protected. Like, he'll never have to take the hard fights, or at least hasn't yet. Like, fighting people who have less than a year of experience instead of, you know, like him, he's got like 5 years or 4 years or whatever it is. For him to be saying some shit like, oh, I'm a waste man, I shouldn't be boxing or whatever, I'm just like, man, that's you. But eventually he picked it up, and eventually I'll pick it up, so fuck him.
Kimbo Slice Jr. wants to have an MMA fight in Misfits. Its Fangs might have a boxing match in January. Both Alex Wasabi and Ed Matthews rejected Misfits' offer to fight Jarvis on 011. Chase Demore hints at fighting one more time in December. Tyson Fury on KSI versus Jake Paul.
You one last one. You saw both Jake Paul and KSI fight in person. It's rumored that they are potentially going to fight at some point. Just from your perspective, who would win between those two?
I don't know, and I don't really care. But it would be the battle of the biggest loser, wouldn't it? Because Tommy's beaten them both. Yeah. It'd be like if AJ fought Wilder, the battle of the biggest loser.
Jake Paul hints at fighting a pro boxer who is around the same age as him and around the same weight. Tyson Fury states Tommy Fury cannot stop KSI or Jake Paul.
Tommy, my brother Tommy, can hit as hard as any heavyweight that you'll ever hit on the pads. Velocity, very hard. But yet he can't knock out KSI or Jake Paul because he doesn't have the experience to set the punch up. I actually lost a lot of money when Tommy fought Jake Paul because I bet 100% that this YouTuber is not going to take Tommy's power. No way! Tommy hits me in the guts and hurts me. He hits very hard. When we're body sparring, he hits me all up the arms, and my arms are sore. I'm thinking, this YouTuber's not going to be able to take this power. So I bet him heavily to win by knockout. And he won on points.
Sammy Joe Luxton has signed with Happy Punch. Tommy Fury made $10 million to fight KSI. Tommy Fury responds to KSI appeal and PBA judges.
And he said you're going to appeal this somehow. What do you make of that?
It's a load of shit. You can't appeal it. You lost fair and square. If you wanted to appeal it, I'm sure everybody with a loss would want to appeal it, wouldn't they? I mean, what can he appeal? He was doing side jumps in the ring and hugging me all night.
What's the nature of his appeal? Is he?
I don't know, mate. I don't know. It's all shit, really, isn't it? You can't. I don't know what he's doing. But I know they changed it to unanimous to my favour. So great appeal, mate. But yeah, listen, I'm thankful that the judges got it right.
After being in the ring with both of them, Tommy Fury believes Jake Paul can knock out KSI.
Speaking of those two main guys, KSI, Jake Paul, you've defeated them both.
Yeah.
I just want to ask you, if those two faced off, because they've got the rivalry between them, right?
Yeah.
Who would win, in your opinion?
I think Jake Paul knocked him out.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, why is that?
Jake Paul, he just knows what he's doing, Jake, doesn't he? He's actually not bad. Like, Jake's better than some prospects in actual boxing. But what do you expect? He's training with the best and he's putting the time and hours in. KSI isn't. I do believe Jake Paul will win that easy, to be fair.
Yeah, easy.
Yeah. I mean, it's one of them. It depends what KSI turns up. If he keeps doing that, that's not easy for anybody. But if he engages with Jake will knock him out 100%.
Anthony Taylor thinks he would beat Ashley Raksu again in a boxing rematch. Tommy Fury said he was ready for a KSI boxing rematch.
Tommy, are you ready for that fight?
Anytime, any place.
Are you ready for the rematch?
Cool. If he stops the star jumps and stops the hugging, we can get it on.
How many weeks' notice do you need?
Tonight, I'm ready. I'm in shape.
You heard it from the horse's mouth. All right. And Tommy will absolutely batter him again next time and get double payday. Why not?
Dana White on whether the UFC would work with Dylan Donnies.
I have an interesting one from outside of tonight. I know you kind of touched up on Michael Venom Page last week. There's another free agent out there, Dylan Dennis. He's been very vocal about wanting to fight for you guys. He even went on Piers Morgan and said that his plan is to just go fight for you. He's mentioned you on social media posts. And you had guys like Sean O'Malley saying it'd be an interesting signing. I mean, is that someone you'd like to work with, Dylan Dennis?
I don't know. I actually haven't even thought about that.
Nams Taylor responds to Jake Paul's statement about Misfits Prime card doing fewer numbers than him. John Fury wants to fight Mike Tyson on the Fury Usyk card. King Kenny is officially clean of performance-enhancing drugs and steroids. Jay Swingler's coach teases boxing return in 2024. Vidal Riley insists he no longer cares about Tommy Fury.
He had his time. You know, I had a wave where I cared. Now I don't care. Now I'm focused on trying to be British champion. So that's how my motivation is. You know, it's like we're not here chasing anyone. We had the wave. He fought JJ. It was close. The decision was the decision. It's hard. It was hard to score. But at the end of the day, it should have never have been that close if Tommy was the quality he's proclaimed to be.
Brazilian MMA star Chris Cyborg has asked Nams Taylor to put her on the Misfits Brazil card. Logan Paul's VADA testing results come back as negative. Dylan Donnie's response to Logan Paul's VADA testing results coming back as negative. Happy Punch signed new fighter Ben Williams. Wade Plum's response to Logan Paul calling him a dork. John Fury sends furious message to KSI following bet.
KSI, when I comes back, he's got to pay me my £200,000. He made the bet, he called it on, and if he doesn't pay me, I'll push him straight where he come from.
Nams Taylor states that he has the next huge pay-per-view superstar fighting on Misfits early next year. Frazier K states that he and FaZe Nikan will be fighting very soon, possibly on Misfits.
You plan on fighting anybody anytime soon?
I do, right? I do. So to break it down, the way it works is Jarvis, myself, and my friend Nikan, FaZe Nikan. We live together and we train together. Obviously, Jarvis has had this kingpin, a lot of pressure on him this year. All eyes will focus on Jarvis. Very confident now in Nikan going up next, right? So Nikan and I and Jarvis have been training alongside each other, and it's quite clear that Nikan's skills surpass mine in boxing. He's somebody that is he's putting a lot of time, a lot of effort into what he's doing. I obviously, you know, as much as I love boxing, I have a lot of other stuff, like a lot of other businesses I run, or like a main one. So it's really helping form Nikan into being like the next up on Misfits. I know he's been talking to Mams. We're looking at Nikan in like January, February, Marchish. I know there's a few cards around there. And then what Otis has said to me when we box is like March, April. And I'm like, all right, whatever you say, coach. Like, really, I do what he says.
Frazier K states that boxing changed his life for the better.
Jarvis has changed, or not Jarvis. I guess Jarvis too, but mainly just boxing has changed your guys' life.
Yeah, mate. Boxing changed our life for the better in so many ways. Before I was boxing, mate, you know, I've been, you know, I used to smoke a ton of weed. I used to do all this stuff that was like really, really bad, really negative all the time with no working out, no exercise, no, you know, I was tried so hard on the work. And then when it comes to my body, I was like, fuck, like I ain't doing shit here. So boxing's really helped put a regimen in of like, yo, your body comes first, Frazier comes first. And you know, making sure I get that work, the run and everything in. I fucking love it. You know, the people we've met through the gym, you know, people specifically in the Mayweather gym, boxing booth in the UK, some of the nicest, most genuine people, friends I know have for life. You know, great guys, man. So all around amazing.
Frazier K states Jarvis will beat Dave however he wants.
No, there is one more quick topic I do want to touch on. Obviously, we've seen November 17th. Jarvis is getting back in the ring. He's taking on B-Dave. I know that I saw B-Dave the other day kind of like take a random shot at you on Twitter. I was like, okay, like, is there any beef there between Jarvis, B-Dave, and you?
I mean, there's going to be the natural beef that comes with, you know, you're training to knock me out. Every day I wake up, I know that if I don't work harder than you, you know, blah, 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 that whole thing you're going to build up in your head. Before the Jarvis's fight, though, B-Dave's someone I always thought was a great character, somebody that I loved, entertaining, good guy. When I did a tweet, something about Fortnite, he was calling me a fat fuck, fat. I was like, what the fuck, bro? But no, he is a great kid, you know. Unfortunately, Jarvis, fortunately, whatever, Jarvis will just run right through it. You know, you already know.
Yeah.
It was quite interesting. And mate, I love you, B-Dave, right? I want to make that clear. But we were betting not betting. We were discussing whether there's a platform you can bet on to like see, you know, which way B-Dave falls, front or back. Like, working hands on his ass. if there's a side that offers that, I think that's quite cool. But I love the kid. He's a great guy.
Oh shit! So you think Jarvis is just gonna smoke him?
Yeah, Jarvis does whatever he wants, really.
Really?
But yeah, absolutely.
Frazier K states that Jarvis wants to fight Slim for the belt.
I love seeing that for Jarvis. On that topic, where do you think Jarvis goes after this, man? After the B-Day fight, you think he's gonna stay on Misfits? Maybe I've seen him and Slim go back and forth. Maybe get the Gib rematch. Where do you want to see Jarvis go after this?
Yeah, I mean, I know Jarvis really wants to go for that belt that Slim has. He understands that there's a process between that and actually getting the belt. So whatever it really takes for him to come up and be a star on Misfits and retain as many belts as possible, right? I think this is the 155 belt, him and B-Dave right now. Then Slim's like the 165. Could be wrong there, but retaining and obtaining as many of those as he can for as long as possible is definitely the goal.
Slim releases a statement saying he has a big announcement. Coming this Sunday, Tommy Fury has agreed to fight Roy Jones Jr. in the co-main event of the Mike Tyson vs. John Fury fight. Jake Paul was originally scheduled to face a 7-1 professional boxer, but the bout got cancelled due to visa issues. Jake is still fighting with another opponent that will be revealed within the next 2 weeks. Roman Fury wants to fight Chase Demore on Misfits Boxing. Mike Tyson tells John Fury he's out of his mind for thinking of having a boxing match with him. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned for more content coming soon.